People who have been in jail, what habits do you still do today that you learned from being in lockup? The dorm pod I was in had metal stairs that made loud noises when you walked down them. Almost got in a fight with 3 other people because I woke up at night and had to piss and woke everyone up. To this day I can't fall asleep without peeing immediately before laying down. Like, even if I went less than an hour earlier, I have to stand there and focus with yoga-like intensity to squeeze a few drops out, or I lay awake feeling like my bladder is full. When my dad came home from prison, I remember him being very polite. He was careful not to bump anybody, and he always said excuse me if he were trying to pass somebody. Oh man, I forgot about this. I've always been polite, so it's not something I had to learn, but that excuse me's were incessant. After a while I was thinking, damn man, I get it. No offense taken, just go ahead. Never been in prison, but after I cooked for a living it took me years to stop saying behind every time I walked behind someone. I read hundreds of books while away. I haven't even cracked one since I got out, and I do enjoy reading. This more a statement on the pace of modern day society and the existential angst it causes. Fucking loved reading in rehab. Felt like reading when I was a kid again, just couldn't put the books down. Got out and now I too have not picked up a book again, sad face. I can play spades a bit better now. Man, jailhouse chess players are fun opponents. They can play some stupid shit that ends up transposing into a solid mainline. I'll be like, how can I punish this? Then all of a sudden be like, oh, we're here. My bedroom is basically set up like my old cell. In my bedroom I have everything at arm's length. I sit with my back to the wall when I'm out. I still pace back and forth in small spaces. Save every extra sugar packet I come across in case I get hungry between meals. I grew up poor. My aunt once left her toothpaste at our house after staying one time. Me and my siblings ate it like it was candy in little bits over a few weeks. This is so casually sad that it just breaks my heart. Let me buy you all the toothpaste you could ever eat. Eating fast. Too fast, honestly. I was born in the Soviet Union. In the late 80s my dad managed to take us on a vacation to Singapore and Malaysia. But we basically ran out of money while there. We would eat breakfast at the hotel and then take bananas and condiments to make lunch out of them. Also, when I first entered a Western store in Singapore, the first thing I said was, who's going to buy all this stuff? Pretty bare. Prices did not react to demand. The things people want would sell out quickly. Instead of paying with more money, you paid with your time by waiting in line for hours. One of the biggest distinctions is that stores were not really trying to cater to or compete for customers. They were more like distribution points. My mom still says that a store is giving something instead of selling it. I can confirm, I have family who lived in the Soviet Union who said the exact same thing. My grandma said that sometime people would randomly line up for the grocery store to buy something even if they didn't know what it was. This was because they knew if people were lining up, it was valuable, so they could trade it for something else with their neighbors if they needed something or save it for later. From what I heard, when people went hungry the stores were always filled, you just couldn't buy anything. Not me, but a brother from another mother did. We were roommates for a while and he had a peculiar habit that I had no clue where it came from. He would wake up early and do his business in the dark, door wide open, and smoking a cig. Without fail, every morning. Took me a night in county jail to put 2 and 2 together and have my aha the moment. I did 12 years in a state institution. The only really strange thing to me was answering the telephone. First off, you don't receive calls. Second, once the call connects, you can hear them say hello and then a prompt plays letting them know the call is recorded and whatnot before you then say hello. For about a year people would answer when I call them and I would wait for the recording to play before responding. One of my best and closest friends murdered somebody while high on angel dust back in the 90s and did 15 years in Attica and a few other prisons upstate New York. Since he's been out, 2012, he spends a few hours every day in a tool shed in his backyard, the size of a jail cell, fully stocked with a fridge, TV, AC, music, 3 bongs, and a little bed. He said it helps him feel sane and in control. I get it though and chill with him. Edit, it doesn't mean he lives in the shed. He has a 6-bedroom house in New York that he shares with his wife. The shed is just a separate place for him. Out of juvie, I had a habit of being quick to aggression, which seems like the opposite of what the goal of juvie systems should be. Out of jail, I noticed that I had a habit of waiting for some person somewhere to operate a door for me. I wasn't standing there a long time, but there was a definite pause until I was like, oh, it's one of the manual doors. I can do this. Also, I'm quite good at hiding things. No, not up my ass, you ass fanatics. Over here trying to find my weed again, also, observing people, noticing what people are doing. I learned not to go back to jail. It's fucking humiliating spreading your ass cheeks in front of grown-ass men. Also, I got arrested for being drunk waiting for a cab. I don't drink in public or put myself in dumb fuck situations anymore. I try anyways. Doesn't always work out, but I haven't been back in like 8 years, so